Hello! Today I'm gonna show you a birthday card that it's pretty much using the same technique as a card that I did a while ago. This is a birthday card with an owl with a little envelope there and some eyes, Google eyes that will go around, and some hearts with balloons and some ribbon, and this will look like it's stitched on with a sewing machine. Well, that's what it's supposed to look like. And you will have some text in the background also coming through on the balloons and the owls. And then on the inside it is a little bit distressed with some color here, and on the back side distressed with color, and there's my little signature. So to make this card you will start out with the same technique as another card that I made a while ago. You will use one of the Cuttlebug, the embossing folders, and you start out with the embossed side, not the debossed side. You will put on some color. In my case I used some old paper, and you just dot on the color, old paper, and you take some watercolor paper and you press it down and you touch it like this, and you will see on the back side that the color will come through, and then you carefully peel it off and you will have a paper with some colored text on. Then to make this owl and these balloons you will actually need some pigment ink that dries really slow, and also embossing powder, the clear one in this case, and you will need one of these hot blowing air guns so you can melt the powder. And in this case I used a stamp by Vicky Schreiner by 2006, and it's Great Impressions, and these are just three balloons. And the other ones that I use was a stamp by Inkadinkado, and I think it's called Reading. It doesn't have any other names there, so Inkadinkado. And then I just pressed those down there, and I used some clear embossing powder. And once that was done, I used some red worn lipstick and I went around like this, and that's when the magic happens. That's when they will pop up, so you can see this white and the text, and everything else will become red. I also used some spiced mandarin, I think it was, spiced marmalade. It was also by Inkadinkado, Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. I have so many names to remember, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting stuff. But it was Distress Ink, Tim Holtz, Spiced Marmalade. I also used that one. That's how you get the orange look inside. It's spiced marmalade and worn lipstick. Once that was done, now when I had this red color here, I took a stamp that says Onnea, just letters that I pressed down, and again I used clear embossing powder, and this time they will become red, because now the background color was red, and since it is clear it will come a little bit darker than the background, so Onnea became darker. But to make it even more pop up, I used a black gel pen and I drew the lines of Onnea, so you can see the lines out of the leather, so you can see it even more clear. But as you can see, it is a little bit shiny as well. And then I just took this black gel pen and I drew this zigzag pattern. I actually ripped the paper, by the way, free-handedly, like ripped it like this, just rip it like that, so you will get this nice sides of the paper. And then I just zigzagged with a black gel pen, so it is supposed to look like you have been using a sewing machine. And then I put on these ribbons here, and what else did I do here? The Google eyes. You have different side of Google eyes. I just used those that were rounds. You can use bigger and smaller ones. I really recommend you to buy Google eyes. They are really funny. So I used some what was the glue that I had for this? I think it was my all-time favorite. glossy accent. You could use that for other things as well, but I use it as a glue. But anything that will make those stick there is nice. So the little oval will have some Google eyes. And on the inside here, spiced marmalade with these color applicators went around the corners. And on the back side as well, you can write your greeting here. So it was really easy card to make, and as you can see, the text here on the background will come through to the owl, but since you have embossed these with some clear embossing ink before you put on the red color and the orange color, you will have these nice looking balloons. They shimmer a little bit, and also they are white, but the text will continue through them because you did the text first, then the owls and the balloons, and then the red color. So you can use this technique for all kinds of cards, and I think it's really cute. I think it's called resistant color technique. I'm not sure. You can Google with resistant color. I think it will show you this technique. But it's really nice, and it's a bit funny card, pretty similar to the one that I made a while ago. But if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you're wondering more about the technique, you can see the other video. I maybe explain it a little bit more. But basically you just use an embossing folder and put color on the embossed side and put some watercolor paper and press it down, and that's how you get a nice stamp with text on. If you have a stamp with text on, that's great. I don't have one, that's why I used my Cuttlebug folder. But if you have a big stamp with text on, use that one as well. That's great. And thank you for watching, and if you have any question, please let me know. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.